Section 4.8a is about writing equations based on patterns. First definition we're going to look at is looking for a pattern. Well, this is nothing more than a problem-solving strategy. Sometimes when we're faced with a problem, we want to look for a pattern, and we can deduce something based on that pattern. It can use that pattern to find a solution. That's called inductive reasoning, which is our second definition, when you make a conclusion based on a pattern. So when you come up with a final conclusion and you base it on a pattern that you see, that's called inductive reasoning. Here we're given a pattern, and we're asked to study that pattern and then draw the next three figures, and then finally to find the 27th figure in the pattern. Well, let's examine it first. It looks like it's a circle cut into four sections with the upper left being colored, and then the next picture is the upper right being colored, and then the lower right. So it seems as if the colored portion is going in a clockwise fashion, 1 through 4. And then spot 5 goes back to the upper left. And then what you have to do is you have to go back to spot 1 for the next one. So the sixth one would be this one, would be the one that matches number 1. So if we have to draw the next three figures, we would say that number 6 is going to look just like number 1. So we would just sketch it. That's going to be the sixth one. 7 then will be the same as number 2 because it will follow the same pattern. And then 8 will look just like number 3. Now this pattern is going to keep going forever. So if we ask to find the 27th circle, we've got to figure out a way to do that. Well, every fifth circle will look like this one, but that means every multiple of 5. So that means the fifth circle will look like this, the 10th circle will look like that, the 15th, these are all multiples of 5, the 20th will look like that, and the 25th will look like this one right here. So we have to ask ourselves, if this is the 25th circle, that means this one down here, I'll use a different color, this one is going to be the 26th. That'll be 25, 26th. This will be 27. So this is the circle that we're looking for because it will match the 27th. So we'll go down here and we'll sketch that. And based on the pattern that we see, this is what the 27th circle will look like. Here's another example of a pattern. We have to draw the next three figures and then find the 16th. I think it's wise if you pause the video and examine it yourself, see if you can figure it out, and then come back and check on the solution. I'm going to put numbers below these because it helps me to organize my thinking. This is 1, 2, and 3, which means we go back to number 1 for the fourth one. So to draw the next three patterns here is pretty simple. The fourth one's going to match the first one because we simply go back to that one. And then this will be the fifth one. And then the sixth will look just like the third. Now we have to find the 16th. Well, remember the last one, since it's the third figure in the pattern, that means that's going to be the same figure for 3, for 6, for 9. These are all multiples of 3. 12. It's going to be number 15. Now we're asked to find the 16th one. So if this last one is also going to be the 15th, then we go back to the start. That means this one will be the 16th. So that will be the one, that will be the 16th figure in the pattern. So we sketch that, put a 16. Here's another pattern we have to look at. This time it's a multiple choice, but it's a little more difficult than the last one. You might want to pause and try to examine it yourself, see if you can figure it out. If I look at these three and I see that this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3, I'm trying to figure out what the pattern is here. And here's what I notice. I notice that the square is on the left middle and it's open. And I notice that the square is on the left corner and it's open. Then I notice that the square is on the top and it's closed. So to me that looks like it's working its way clockwise. It's working its way around the square. That's what it looks like. And then every 2 it's jumping to a solid one. So I'm going to guess, at least make an educated guess here, and say that my square will probably end up in this corner and it will be filled in because it will continue its way around clockwise around the outside of the square. Now let's look at the diamond separately. Diamond closed in the upper left, then it's closed in the lower right, then it's open in the upper left, which says to me it's going to be open in the lower right, and it's going to keep going between upper left, lower right, and becoming closed and then open. The last figure is a circle. The circle seems to stay there, but go from closed to open to close So probably open. So this is my guess for the fourth spot. Let's see if that matches one of these over here on the right. And it does. It matches D. Here's another pattern. Pause it and try to figure it out for yourself. The next square is based on each one of these circles and how they move from box to box. Here there's 0 dots, 0 dots, 1 dot, 1 dot, 2, which means this one's going to have 2. So it goes from 0 to 0 to 1 to 1 to 2 to 2. Now the lower left circle is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, and then this one is 3. So there's a pattern to the lower left circle. And then the lower right circle is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, which means the next one will be an open circle with nothing in it. And the one that matches that is B. Here we have some patterns, but this time they're specifically sequences, and we've dealt with sequences before. The key is to find out what the pattern is to get from each number to the next. So we're going to look at that. To go from a 3 to a 6, you're going to add 3. From a 6 to a 12, you're going to add 6. From a 12 to a 24, you're going to add 12. So it looks like plus 3, plus 6, plus 12. So I'm looking at plus 24 for the next one, plus 48, and plus 96 for the next one. So we can then use those numbers to say from 24 plus 24, that's going to give me a 48. And then 48 plus 48 is going to give me 96. And then 96 plus 96 will give me 192. So the next three terms are 48, 96, and 192. The key is finding what the difference between each one of those is to find the pattern. Next one I'm going to write a little bit spread out because the other one made me feel crammed. So the difference between -3 and -1 is a +2. And the -1 to 3 is a +4. 3 to 9 is a +6. So it looks like we're going to go 2, 4, 6 plus 8. Plus 10 and plus 12. It looks like each difference goes up by 2. So what's that do for me? 9 plus 8 is a 17. 17 plus 10 is a 27. And 27 plus 12 is a 39. So the next three terms in this sequence are 17, 27, and 39. Here are some more sequences. Try them on your own and then come back for the answers. So the pattern here, 1 to 2 is a +1, 2 to 4 is a +2, 4 to 7 is a +3, 7 to 11 is a +4. So the next three will be +5, +6, and +7. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. And 22 plus 7 is 29. Next sequence, we go from 5 to 9 by adding 4. And then from 9 to 6 by subtracting 3. We haven't encountered that before. 6 to 10 by adding 4. 10 to 7 by subtracting 3. And then 7 to 11 by adding 4. So it looks like +4 minus 3, +4 minus 3. So this will be a -3, then a +4, and then a -3. 11 minus 3 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. And 12 minus 3 is 9.